So guys, basically today we are going to be running through Senne Lammens' career at Manchester United. We all know that Manchester United has had like a goalkeeping situation for a very long time with Angel Onana and Atabeyanda in goal. But today we are basically going to be running through Senne Lammens because all throughout the window, Manchester United was able to sign a lot of good players like Brian Mbeumo, Matheus Cunha. Were able to sign a lot of brilliant players, and they have really helped Manchester United. Benjamin Sesko as well. But today we are going to be talking about Senne Lammens because he has completely transformed our season. Because if we fast forward towards the beginning of the season, Manchester United were struggling. We couldn't get our first win in the league. I think our first win in the league came against Burnley. We exceeded very early in the Carabao Cup against Great Britain. Manchester United was a laughingstock basically. We were having a lot of situation when it comes to the goalkeeping situation. Even though Manchester United had other wings to address, but I feel that the goalkeeping situation was something that needed to be addressed. And for the fact that Ineos wanted to go through the season with Angel Onana was something that I couldn't really understand, because I know that Manchester United definitely couldn't have started this season or even going to this season with Onana after basically having our 3 worst season with Onana in goal. Manchester United finished, I think we finished 8th position twice, and then we finished 15th position, and there was no way in the world we were going to go into this season with Angel Onana in goal. And Senne Lammens basically came with a lot of calm, with a lot of cool, and he exceeded expectation. Basically, we know that he was a young talent. He had a lot of potential. He has been scouted by Christopher Vivio, by Jason Wilcox for a very long time, but I didn't really feel that he was going to be like this. I felt that he was going to need like a lot of time to come in and then try to cement his spot, just like David De Gea did at Manchester United during his early days. But I feel Senne Lammens came, he exceeded expectations, and of course, you know that the goalkeeping position of Manchester United is basically the hardest position in the football world, because of course Manchester United is one of the top 3 biggest clubs in the world. So being a goalkeeper for Manchester United basically means everything, because you basically have to face a lot of criticism. You have to be strong mentally, and this is what Senne Lammens has showed. Even though he has been good on the field, he has also been good off the field. I think his habit has been really good, and there has been some nice comments coming out outside of Old Trafford towards Senne Lammens. So if you look at the career of Senne Lammens so far, he has really helped Manchester United, because I feel if not for Senne Lammens, Manchester United has no business being in the 3rd position. I feel he has been the one that has basically taken us, because if you run through the career of Senne Lammens, he has basically, he made Manchester United to have our first clean sheet, I think, against Sunderland. He had his first clean sheet, and Manchester United the first clean sheet for that matter, because I know without Senne Lammens, Manchester United won just 1 game, which was against Burnley, and then he came in against Sunderland. We had our first clean sheet, and Senne Lammens ever since then has been really wonderful. He has had a couple of man of the match performances, but I feel his best man of the match performance so far was basically against Everton, and I know that all of you are going to definitely agree with me, because I think that match was one of the hardest matches that Manchester United has had to play this season. I think Everton had like 10 set pieces, 10 corner kicks, and it was an absolutely unbelievable match. It was, from one fight to another in the penalty area. So the Lammens was constantly bullying the Everton defender. He was constantly, going out of the wall, trying to high claim. And when Senne Lammens came to Manchester United, one of his major critics in all of the major outlets was that he has this problem with high claiming. And if you really watch his games, and if you really watch his highlights when he was in Royal Antwerp, you're going to find that most of the times he misjudges his flights, and most of the times his high claim was really not that good. And that was one of the concerns I was having when it comes to the goalkeeping situation of Lammens. I was really having some double man when it comes to his high claiming, but so far since he has been at Manchester United, I feel that has been his best characteristics. High claiming. He has really done a lot of good high claims for Manchester United, and that Everton game, that man of the match was fully deserved, because he absolutely bossed that game and he came out with the man of the match. And if you fast forward to the Brentford game, you're going to find out that Senne Lammens has basically transformed the season of Manchester United. Against Brentford, he made blinding saves. After blinding save, he was so good, and this is something that we have really not experienced in Manchester United since David De Gea left. Because when David De Gea was the goalkeeper of Manchester United, we had that assurance, we had that believe that okay, we have a very good goalkeeper, and he's definitely always going to step up. He's always going to make sure that we don't lose games unnecessarily, and this is what we are beginning to face. I know that Senne Lammens has some flaws, and one of his flaws is that he's somebody that concedes goals from less expected position. If you look at his goalkeeping map, you're going to find out that he has been scored 4 goals from unexpected positions. So Lammens basically saves the ball that he's expected to save. He does what he's supposed to do as a goalkeeper. I just feel he has a little bit of tweaks in terms of his positionings, and then most of the time he gets scored from unexpected position. But so far he has been good. If you look at the rating scale of St. Lammens throughout the season, he has had an 8-star rating 6 times this season. That tells you that he's a goalkeeper that has not just been in Manchester United for some kind of holiday. He has been absolutely wonderful. Having an 8-star performance 6 times is not a coincidence. It means that you're a reliable goalkeeper. It means that you're a goalkeeper that can be able to push a team like Manchester United over the line and try to give us this goalkeeping security at the back. So I want you guys to give me your thoughts on the comment section on how far you rate the career of Senne Lammens at Manchester United. I want you guys to like, to share, to subscribe to Tactical Trafford. See you guys in my next video. Ciao.